So I made 100 videos. What everybody should go see with another surprise Thursday, kinda, sorta. It's currently 5:20 in the morning. Yeah. So I made 100 videos about like 2 videos ago. What even? Like, what even is that? Oh my god. First of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to you who, if you watch me, if you continue to watch me, if you're like a long-time subscriber, or just like, you know, just kind of came across this crazy little fat chick who likes to make meme videos and, you know, be weird. So thank you for watching. Thank you, all of you. You guys are awesome. And here's to like 100 more videos. Yeah, so yeah, 100 videos. Wow, here's to 100 more and beyond. Guys, thank you so much. So I didn't really know how I wanted to celebrate making 100 videos, so I kind of took it to my Instagram, and I'm kind of gonna start doing this more for like videos that I want you guys, like whatever you guys want to see. So I realized I'm a little bit more active on my Instagram than I actually am on my Facebook or Twitter or any other social media that I have. And because YouTube beta doesn't want me to be part of that, because for whatever reason, I figured the best way to like interact with you guys is probably through Instagram. So if you guys like want to follow me on Instagram, I have it like right up here and also in the link description below, and you know, we can talk and you can DM me. And also, like, what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna be posting like more polls, because you can post polls on Instagram now. So I'm gonna basically just like post a poll on my story. All you gotta do is follow me to vote on the polls, and you know, just decide whatever video. I'll put like 2 options and you guys can pick from there. Because last time I did it for both my 50 facts about me and Infinity War vlog, and you guys were kind of 50-50 about that, so I posted the Infinity War vlog. And then I posted like I think maybe about 2 weeks ago, maybe about a week ago, if you wanted to see my 50 facts about me to celebrate for 100 videos, or my high school stories, and you guys voted for high school stories, so that's what we're gonna do today. Now here's the fun thing about this. So I have a lot to say about the high school that I went to, both good and bad. And you know, it's a lot that I just can't jam into one set video. Like, I can't do it in one video, because if I did, we'd be here for about 20 hours. And nobody wants that. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna kind of split this into like several videos. I'm just gonna start making a series called My High School Stories, where I talk about different aspects of the high school that I went to. I think if you saw the Infinity War vlog, if you got far enough, you saw that I actually we passed by where my school's located now. So you guys can get a little bit of an insight. But yeah, I'm gonna just try to, like, you know, split these into different videos and kind of like, you know, just talk about, you know, my high school experience, and you know, just like some of the stuff that happened, because it's a lot of bad, a lot of good, a lot of crazy, and just all around, just what would you expect from somebody like me who went to high school. So yeah, and I figured the best way to start with this is with the first people who you meet in high school, which is your teachers. And I had some pretty interesting teachers in my high school, so I guess I better just like kind of just talk about them and also talk about some stories. And for any teachers that's watching this, I hated all of you. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I just kind of want to share some interesting stories that happened while I was in high school with my teachers. And don't worry, you'll get the juicy stuff will be coming soon. All you gotta do is just leave a like and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I try to make videos almost every single whenever I feel like it. So without further ado, here is My High School Stories episode 1, The Teachers, or whatever you want to call this, and let's just get it popping. So first teacher I want to talk about is, we'll call him Mr. Drew. And he was actually one of the teachers that actually got me into not drawing, what am I talking about? I'm not an artist. What? Got me into writing. And because I originally wanted to be a journalist when I was first in high school. I wanted to like study journalism and stuff like that. And I did take a journalism class and everything, and I learned and I got better at my writing. But over time, I just didn't really like, I don't know, I think I like more writing for fiction than I did for you know, real life stuff, because it took a lot of effort and time. But I do have some good memories in both journalism class and also with my journalism teacher. He was really cool. He was awesome. He had like some sass to him, and I always liked that about him. He was just like really down to earth, and he was also very chillax and everything. When it came down to like editing and stuff, when we did from the newspaper for our school, pretty much we would just like kind of like, you know, he let us kind of like, you know, chill and like, you know, kind of go with the flow, but also be like, hey guys, like kind of wrap up the thing, because we got like a deadline to But yeah, and he was like really nice and cool. Some days he would let us chill in the classroom. Other times he would just kind of like, you know, just work with our music. So that was really nice. He gave out really good advice and stuff like that. And we just became like really cool and everything. And yeah, he just got to know more about me and the fact that I'm a crazy little munchkin person. Well, I'm not really a munchkin person. I'm actually like really tall, but you get my point. One of the things I remember when I did was I wanted to be editor, but then like I didn't get editor, and when I didn't get it, I was kind of happy about it because that was a lot of work that I was not ready for, and realized it's a lot of stress. Now running my own YouTube channel, I think it's like comes full circle. So yeah, but one thing I remember, so what you need to know about my high school was that it was originally a Catholic school. Well, the location that it originally was, where I was going there, was originally a Catholic school. And there was a guy who was like a big time football player that went to that school and then went on to be like a bigger football player. And he came to our school to come speak, and I got to interview him, and it was really cool. So yeah, and I always made front page, always, 10 out of 10, always made front page, baby. You couldn't tell me nothing. But yeah, so Mr. Drew, if you're still like teaching at that school, you're awesome and you're cool, and I miss you so much, and hopefully I see you again at some point in time. I hope so. Okay, next teacher. I kind of want to talk about my this one teacher that I had. I can't really say I've had any bad teachers over my entire high school career, but I will talk about one. We'll call him Mr. S, and he was kind of strict, low-key. Like, he was really kind of strict, and like he really, like, our pretty much schedule, what we would do in that class was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing but write notes. Friday was always quiz. And you know, he kind of made it hard for us and everything, and it was just like really hard for me too, because like I said, I got bullied a lot, and a lot of kids in my class like to buck with me a lot, and you know, it just was kind of got difficult. But I feel like outside of like that mentality, he was actually like a pretty cool dude. And you know, he had like some shining moments and whatever. And I just kind of felt bad that whenever I asked for notes, he would always say no. It took my mom to go up to the school, and if there's one thing I know, it's nothing good about my mother coming up to that school about me and my grades. It's not a pretty picture for any like black kids who any black kids will probably like know what I'm talking about. But yeah, but one thing that distinctly I remember, because I feel like he was a kind of a nice guy outside of school. I feel like he was like low-key, and this just befuddled the shit out of me. So I had him for my 8th grade history class, and what happened was, so one of these days, the drama club had like a cute little showcase going on. It was kind of like a coffee house showcase, and it was half like the drama kids midterm, half like a talent show. And I remember this. I tried to get in myself, but I ended up not getting a chance to be on stage, and I got a chance to be in the following year, but not then. And here's what happened. So apparently the kids had to like reenact different stories, and one of the groups had got Little Red Riding Hood. And I don't know how this happened. Whoever was in that class during 8th grade, like whoever was in 8th grade drama class, please tell me how this came to be. Because I look like 1 second off stage and I see Mr. S, and he's like dressed as the wolf and shit, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, it was funny, but it was cringy. Like, it was like the cringy kind of funny. I just sat there like, oh my god. The best part is he was so into it too. Like, I'm never gonna forget that. I'm never in my lifetime gonna forget that. So Mr. S, if you out there, just know your performance, give it a 10 out of 10, highly recommend, and I hope you're out there doing bigger, better things. Okay, so one thing you need to know about me, I'm a huge fan of animators on YouTube. I love people who can draw and that draw really well and tell stories on animes. I'm subscribed to Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations, Domix, Sugar, Tabbles, you name it. And one of the things that I didn't realize how good of an art teacher I had, because watching all these stories and listening to all these stories about art teachers, they would always talk about how they were kind of mean to them and didn't like their style of drawing, or you know, didn't really care for like anime style and everything. And I didn't realize, oh yeah, when I was watching these stories, I was like, oh yeah, my art teacher was nothing like that. My teacher, we'll call her, I don't want to say Miss D, because like that very much is too much to Errol's whole art teacher's name, Little D and Big D. So instead I'll call her Miss Lily, maybe that's her name, maybe I'm just taking off a letter of her name. And basically, she was one of the most coolest art teachers I ever had. She was very supportive. She was very encouraging. She inspired us to work really, really hard. And she was just all around really cool. She watched anime. She inspired anime style drawings and everything. And yeah, she was just awesome. I wasn't all that good at drawing, but she still like very much encouraged me and stuff like that. And if I had known about the internet and Pinterest and shit beforehand, I probably would have used that shit to my advantage. So younger Sierra, what's wrong with you? But one thing I'll never forget, because there's two things that I remember from her class, not only because she was like a cool, awesome teacher, but two stories. Number one, she's the reason why I love high shoes. I love high shoes to this day. If you ever want to be my friend real quick, just go buy me a whole bag of high shoes. And she introduced me to them, and I love them so much, and they're just delicious. And if you are living under a rock and don't know what high shoes are, I'm gonna need you to get from under that rock, friend. Just do it. But one other thing I remember, and this made me laugh. This was my sophomore year of high school, and I think it was like the last few days of school. And so she was known for making a lot of sculptures around the school and everything, and putting them up like on the wall or whatever. And one of the sculptures that she made was a tape sculpture, and it was kind of like just a tape arm, but it's supposedly going to be like a tape man. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever before I realized what Pinterest was. So, on the last few days of school, what happened was one of the classmates decided to pull a little bit of a nice little prank on her. Now, one of her rules was that we couldn't sit in her blacks unless we asked. So what they did, they basically took a hoodie, because we had our own like school hoodies and everything, and we had a hoodie, and they put it on the tape sculpture, and they sat the tape sculpture on the chair and turned it around. And when she left out the room, when she came back, they were like, "Teacher, somebody's sitting in your chair." And she was like kind of getting furious and mad and everything. Like, "You got 5 seconds to get out of my chair before I'm sending you to the office." And then she started walking up closer and closer, and I'm like, because I didn't know what actually was going on at the time. I was kind of looking up like, "Ooh, who about to get in trouble? Somebody about to get it." And legit though, I was like, she kept just like counting down back from 5, 4, 3, 2, and then like she turns it around and it's the tape sculpture, and she's like, "You guys are jerks." And I just thought this was like the most funniest thing. Like, that is so funny to me. But yeah, that's what I remember from her class, and it was just too funny. It was just too fucking funny. So yeah, Lily, I think you're so awesome and cool, and I'm kind of happy I had you as my art teacher instead of somebody else who didn't like really see wasn't open-minded when it came to art. So thanks so much for being my art teacher. One other teacher I want to talk about, I will save like the full-on story for another video, because this one's getting kind of long. But I'll talk about my other teacher, Miss Fettuccini. I'm calling her that because her name is very I'm only calling that because it's a joke that I would make personally. But she was really cool. She took no shit, and she was awesome. And you know, she made me happy. She also made me like kind of want to be a better person, because I didn't think too highly of myself in high school. I just kind of like was very like had very low self-esteem. Didn't think too much of myself. Didn't think I would amount to too much of anything. But she was very encouraging and everything. And I have a story about her that ties into another story that I'm going to go into for students. But this story is getting a little too long, and I'll probably make a part 2 about my teachers, because like there's a lot more teachers that I had and a lot more stuff that went down. So make sure, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more stories about me in high school, then also make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Instagram to like vote for the next video. But thank you so much. I love you guys with the peace and pizza. Here's to 100 more videos, and bye.